So I got a really good degree in Spanish.
Oh, I love it.
Love it, right? It's great, except for I got a C. And so I speak C-level Spanish with lots of incorrect tenses. And but I do enjoy learning language. I do enjoy learning about culture. It is a passion of mine. When I was a junior in college, I was pregnant and decided to be a single mom. And that was a really tough decision. Now, remember, I live in far southeast Georgia. So in order to go to an in-state school and get free tuition, because there's the Hope Grant in Georgia at the time. So if you earned a 3.0 or above, you could get free tuition and books. So I was always on that cusp of, I was a B student, I was a C student. So that was important to me. But when I got pregnant, I went back home and lived with my family for a while. And this is a personal part of my story, I guess. When I did that, my family is great. I love my family. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. But when you're 21 years old, everything's wrong with everyone. So I don't know if you have ever experienced, my children, with a 22-year-old, sometimes you breathe wrong and they're like, hate you for it, right? So I did not want to live with my family, and I decided to move into this project that they have there, some subsidized housing. And when I did that, I was so happy to be on my own. Well, I had $300 a month in child support and had all this public assistance. And one day I was looking around and I hadn't finished my degree. I did do a few classes at the community college, like I needed a bio class and a Spanish 101 class, which I had skipped at the university. And so I took a few classes that I needed. But beyond that, I was just kind of existing. And I was thinking about, I had some student loan debt. I was thinking about that. Again, no business there. I couldn't really afford daycare. So I really didn't know what to do. But one day I was looking around and I said, nope, this is not for me. This is not going to be my life. I'm not living this way. And I told my parents that I was going back to Georgia Southern, which was 3.5 hours away. I couldn't go to Florida because I wouldn't get in-state tuition. So even though I was right there on that border, I really did. And in Southeast Georgia, there were no other universities, a small coastal community college. So my mom was like, oh, well, I'll take care of my daughter, Kaylin. I was like, no. We're both going back to college. And so we packed up, and with the support of my family, I was able to go back to Georgia Southern, finish my last year of school there, still used public assistance in terms of food stamps, Medicare for my daughter. We, lived very frugally through that time. And I did take advantage of any and every Pell Grant that was out there, loan to make it through. But I did make it through. And graduation day was so sweet. Life really surrounds you when you do get determined and you do make the right choices. We're always going to make bad choices because we're humans, right? I wish I could say I'm still going to always make the right choice going forward, but I'm not. I'm going to make mistakes. But when you do make a mistake, it's how you recover. And I'm not saying my daughter was a mistake. Please don't take that. It just made my life a little bit harder to get through during that time. But I did become more determined and I did become more focused, and I was able to understand the world a little differently than I had ever imagined it before.